This video begins our discussion surrounding querying records. There are many clauses that we can use when querying records. Each one of them are listed below on this slide. There's the select clause, which is going to determine which columns are going to be returned in a query. There's the from clause, which identifies the tables or views from which the data will be obtained. There's the where clause, which is going to specify conditions similar to what we've talked about with update and delete commands. There's group by that's going to categorize results based off of some condition. There's having, which is going to indicate the conditions where a group will be included. So having is the same as the where, except for with grouped records. And then finally, there is order by, which sorts of records in a specific order. So the first thing we're going to talk about with querying records is column selection. So in select, we're going to specify the columns we want. If we use the character star after the keyword select, it will return all columns. If we specify a comma-separated list of columns, it will return all the columns that we specified. So for example, if I wanted to see all products, I'd say select star from product. However, if I only wanted to see the product ID and the product price for all products, I'd select product ID price from the product table. So here we are back at the server. I have changed to the lecture schema for the orders tables, and I'm going to go ahead and paste in those two queries. We'll go ahead and run this first query. And we notice that it has returned all the columns and all the data that is inside of that table. The next query that I'm going to go ahead and run is this select product ID and price, and that's only going to return those two columns. The next keyword we're going to talk about is distinct, which is going to return only unique rows. So for example, if I wanted to see all the product IDs that are included in the orders, I can select distinct product IDs from the order line table. So I'm back here at the server. I'm going to go ahead and paste this query. Let's run this query without the distinct command. And you'll see that we have ones that are repeated. That means product ID 1 has appeared on multiple orders. However, if I put the distinct command, we will see that only these products have been included on orders. So now what I want you to do is, using the lecture schema, perform the following queries. So try these 4 queries on your own, pause the video, and then come back to compare your answers. Alright, so I have come back to the server. I have pasted each one of these queries. So this first one asks us to show all customers, so I'm going to select star from customer. I'll go ahead and run this query, and we now see all the customers have been returned. The next one asks us to show all products, so I'll just copy and paste the query and change this from customer to product. We'll run this query, and we'll notice that we have returned all the products. The next one asks us to show the states only once of all customers. So we'll go ahead and select state from the customer table. If I run this now, we actually see some redundancy. So New York has been listed multiple times and New Mexico as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add the keyword distinct that we just learned about. Run this, and we should see only unique states that have been returned. The next one asks us to show the unique widths for all raw materials. So I'll say select width from raw material. And again, since we only want unique widths, then we're going to use the keyword distinct. I run this, and these are all the unique widths in the database. Notice we have an empty row. This is basically a blank row. It's not null. It means that someone provided a blank value